I am Rajiv Chen. In this video, I am talking about the force lesson. This force lesson, it is one of the lessons in your physical science. Force, types of force. Force, it is divided into two types. One is contact force and another one is non-contact force. Again, this contact force, it is subdivided into muscular force and frictional force. And next, if you come this side, non-contact force, it is subdivided into three types. One is magnetic force and another one is electrostatic force and another one is gravitational force. And in this lesson we can discuss about pressure, tension and net force also. In this force lesson we will discuss about all these types. What is force and what are the types of force and what is the definition of this contact force and non-contact force and what is the definitions of muscular force and frictional force and what is the definitions of magnetic force. All this we will discuss in this lesson. Not only that, other words also there in this lesson. Those are pressure, what is pressure and what is the definition of pressure, how it will be useful for us, and what is tension. This also we can discuss in this lesson, and we can discuss about net force also. So first we will see the introduction of force. In this introduction we will observe some examples. The first example is changes in season, and next one is sunrise, sunset, moving object. If you observe these examples, changes in season means every time that season it is getting changes. Summer, rainy, winter, like that changes are happening in our life. And sunrise and sunset, these are also we are observing every day. And moving objects, if you see any objects, some objects it will move, volleyball, basketball, cricket ball, those are moving from one place to another place. Why these are moving from one place to one? Why these changes are occurring? Let's find out that reason once. After that, let us consider some of our everyday experiences. Not only this, we will see our some changes in our daily life every day, what happening there, such as running, catching a ball, goalkeeping, jumping, etc. These are also changes we are observing in our daily life. Not only that, so many examples are there here: pushing, pulling, opening, kicking, lifting. These are also some of the examples. These examples we are seeing every day in our daily life. Why these changes are happening? These actions usually result in some kind of change in the motion of the object. These actions. So what is that action? What is that action? It is giving changes in these examples that we will find out. So that changes are occurring because of force. So previously I said the types of forces. Once see force. Force again it is having two types. One is contact force and another one is non-contact force. What is contact force? Force on account of direct physical contact between two objects is known as contact force. That means two objects are having contact each other. Which objects are having contact each other? When the force is happening between them, that force is called contact force. That means, for example, now I am writing with pen. So one object is my hand and another object is pen. These both are having contact each other. That time only I can write. While writing time I am applying some force. That force is called contact force. Contact force means two objects having connect each other. That time what force is rising, that force is called contact force. See here, hand is one object and this pen is one object. These two are having contact each other and I am applying some force for writing. So this force we can call contact force. Now see non-contact force. The force which occurs without any physical contact. Here what happening? The objects are having contact. They are contacting each other. But if you see here, without any physical contact between two objects is known as non-contact force, or we can call a force at a distance. Means here objects are having contact each other. When these are contact each other, what force is happening there? That force we can call contact force. When two objects are does not contact each other, when the force is happening, that force is called non-contact force. Now already previously I said subtypes of so there in contact force. What are the subtypes? There are two types. One is muscular force. We will see some examples related to muscular force. One is brushing, bathing, eating, just now I said writing, walking. These are comes into muscular force, muscular contact force. These are the examples for muscular force. These actions that we perform every day, we have to apply force by our muscles. We are doing brush means the brush is one object and our hand is another object. When these are having contact and when we are applying some force on the teeth, then only the teeth will clean. The force is called muscular force. We have to apply some muscle force for cleaning brush. And after that bathing. For bathing also we have to take soap. Soap is one object and hand is another object. So if you are cleaning that hand or body means we have to apply some force by muscles. That is also muscular force. Eating food, one object, and your hand is another object. Two objects are having contact each other and you have to apply some energy, muscles for eating. So that we can call muscular force, these types. And next one is frictional force. Frictional force also I gave some examples. Ball moving on the ground and bus going on the road. How those are going? How they can go? Because of friction. That friction is happening between the ball surface and the ground surface. These both are having frictional force. Then only the ball it can go in the ground. The bus it is going on the road means the bus tires are contacted with, bus tires are one object and road is another object. These two objects are contact each. Bus it is not going in the air. Bus it is going on the road. Why it is going on the road? Because the tires are contacted to road. What is the force between them? Frictional force. So force it is divided into two types. One is contact force and next one is non-contact force. This contact force is divided again into muscular force and frictional force. Muscular force means two objects are having force by muscles, energy. Then the force we can call muscular force. Frictional force means when the objects are moving on the road or the floor means these are having frictional force between the two objects. These are types. Now we will see non-contact force, the subtypes. Now see non-contact force. So contact force, so it is divided into muscular force and frictional force. Now see non-contact force. Non-contact force means already I said. What I said? Two objects does not have contact to each other. That is called non-contact force. Now this non-contact force again it is divided into three subtypes. What are that? First is magnetic force. What is the definition of this magnetic force? The force exerted by a magnet on iron objects is called magnetic force. See here, magnet is one object and iron objects are another object. Means the force it is happening between magnetic and iron objects. So when that magnetic comes near to that iron nails, they will attract each other. And they come very close to each other. When you see it is come close together, one force is happening. That force is called magnetic force. Because of magnetic force, that magnetic, it is attracting all iron objects because of magnetic force. Next, see electrostatic force. The force which results due to the repulsion of similar charges or attraction of opposite charges. The force which results due to the repulsion of similar charges. Repulsion of similar charges means we are having negative charge and positive charge. Similar charge means if those are having same charge, if those are every body it is containing positive charge and negative charge. If negative charge come very close together, they repel each other. Negative charge always repels and positive charge is also always repels. But opposite charges, see here, opposite charges are attract each other. Similar charges are repulsion and opposite charges are attracting. Similar charges are repulsion and opposite charges are attraction. Positive negative always will attract, negative always repel. So it is repelling. For example, negative charges are come very close together. What happened? They repel each other. They repel each other means something force happening between them for repulsion. What is that force? That force is called electrostatic force. For another example, if positive charge is very close to that negative charge, if positive charge is very close to that negative charge, what happened? They will attract each other by some force. What is that force used for attraction here? Electrostatic force. For repulsion also, for attraction also. For both, electrostatic force is used there. And next, third one is gravitational force. It is a force that attracts any two objects with mass. The objects which are having mass, those objects always trying to attract with another object. It is explained by, this is called Newton's universal law of gravitation, because this gravitational force is explained by Newton's. So again I am saying force is two types. One is contact force and next one is non-contact force. Contact force, again it is divided into two types, muscular force and frictional force. And non-contact force, it is divided into three subtypes: magnetic force, electrostatic force and gravitational force. Now we will discuss about what is tension. It is one of the topic in your lesson. See here, I taken here one stand. You just take one iron stand. To this iron stand, you just attach one thread. To this thread, you have to tie one stone. This is useful for you to understand tension. This is stand and this is thread and this is stone. Okay. See now here. For a stone tied to the thread. A stone that is tied to the thread. Gravity pulls down the stone. So always any object want to move towards to earth because of gravity. So because of gravitational force, any object if you throw, it will go down. If they want to go down. So that's I said here. Actually the stone, gravity pulls down the stone all the time, but it does not fall down. So here this stone always want to go down because of gravity, but it will not go down. Why? Because it is tied with thread. That's why the stone, it will not go down, because it is supported by thread. Again I am saying, for a stone tied to the thread, gravity pulls down the stone all the time, but it does not fall down because it is supported by the thread. Now you are having doubt why this stone does not go down. Even if it is having gravity, it does not go. Which force is supporting to that stone? what is that force is supporting to that stone, that see here. Thus there is exist a force, some force is here, that force is helping to that stone does not go down. What is that force? Which supports the stone against gravity. Against gravity. What is that? Gravity is useful for that. What is that force? By pulling it upward, it is called tension. That force is called tension. Again, now I will say simply, actually that stone, it want to go down because of gravity, but the stone will not go down. One force, it is used for staying there. What is that force? That force is called tension. This tension, it is working against to the gravity. Actually gravity is working towards to down direction, but this tension, it is acting upward direction against to the gravity. That's why the stone, it will be there only, it will not go down. This is called tension. We will see about net force. What is net force? I wrote here some information. Many forces can act on one object. For example, if we take an object, there exist two forces. One is gravitational force, that is vertically down. Another force is normal force. I will explain about this point. So just what I told here, many forces can act on one object. For example, if you take one object, that is pen. Now I taken this object. So for example, if we take an object, this object I taken. So there exist two forces. Now I want to keep this pen on my hand. So actually this object want to go towards to downward direction. Why? Due to gravitational force. It want to go down. But what I did? I stopped with my hand. I am applying force that is opposite to the gravitational force. Now I am applying that force. That force should be opposite to the gravitational force. That's why the pen, it is not moving towards to down. So what is that force? See here, that two forces acting are there. One is gravitational force, that I am stopping with another force, that is the opposite force, that I wrote here. Two forces are there, exist two forces. One is gravitational force, vertically down. One is gravitational force, that is vertically down. But another force is normal force, vertically up. So now it will be in stable. The object, it is not going down. The object, it is not going up. It is in now constant. See here, if two forces acting on the object are equal, so now it is not going down. Now it is not going up. It will be unstable place because the gravitational force and the normal force both are equal here. That's why this object is not going anywhere. It will be here only. And opposite in direction. Those forces are opposite in direction. Gravitational force is towards to downward direction. Normal phase is towards to upward direction. Opposite directions and the forces are equal. That's why this object is not moving anywhere. It will be here only. So we say that the net force on this object is 0 because it is not moving upward or downward. Now it was in the stable form. That's why we can say here that net force is 0. If it is going down, then what we will say? Gravitational force is more. If the object is going up, means what we can say? Normal force is more. But it is not moving anywhere. It will be here, means the net force is 0 here. If one of the forces should be greater, if one of the forces should be greater, means gravitational force is down, then what happened? Object is moving downward. If the normal force is more, then what happened? Moving upward. So what happening here? The object is having in motion. The object in the motion, that I said. If one of the force should be greater than the other force to set body in motion, in that time we can say the body, it was in motion. If the gravitational force is more, then it will move downward direction. If the normal force is more, then it will move upward direction. So then the body is in a motion. When in these forces any one force should be greater, then the body should be in motion. That is called net force. You see the formula of net force. So if you take any object, so many forces will be act on that object. Just now I said this is one object. In this object, two forces are acting. One is gravitational force and another one is normal force. Two forces are acting on this object. So we can consider two forces. One is F1 force and next one is F2 force. Why I kept arrow marks like this? Because two forces was in opposite direction. So that I kept like this arrow marks. Two forces are there. One is F1 and another one is F2. Then the net force formula is F net is equal to F1 minus F2. If this force is more, then you can take here. If this force is more, then you can take here. Which is less, that place will be here. Which is more, that place will be here. Then you can get net force of any object. F net is equal to F1 minus F2. Now we will see about pressure. The force acting perpendicular on a unit area of a surface is called pressure. For example, now I take now I am showing this is plane. Now what I am doing, I am pulling like this. So what happened? Some around circle shape will be on my palm. So again I am doing like this. See here, the circle will be on my palm like this. If you do like this, you will get in this particular area only you will get pain, because you applied some pressure on particular place. Now if I do here, if I do like this, then what happened? At this particular point I will get pain, because I am applying pressure here. A particular area, unit area, this is called unit area. Now I am applying force on this wall here. So this area, this unit area, I am applying force. This force is called pressure, that I told here. The force acting perpendicular on unit area. See here, that force I am acting particularly on one area, this area. I am applying force on this particular area. So that force is called, unit area of a surface is called pressure. What is the pressure formula? Pressure is equal to force by area. Units for pressure is Newton by meter square or Newton by meter square. Like this also we can denote. These are the pressure units. If you want to express value of that pressure, you should take these units, Newton by meter square. In this lesson we discussed about force, types of force. Two types are there, contact force and non-contact force, and subtypes also we discussed, and we discussed another words also. Those are tension, net force and pressure. These words also we discussed. These are very important in this lesson. Okay, thank you.